Have you been wondering about what home automation is? How we can use sensors and the Internet of Things to make our lives easier? Check out this video and I'm going to show you the basics of it. Alright, in this hopefully short video, I'm going to give you a basic introduction to home automation, and then I'll follow up with more videos about the specifics that I talk about. So, home automation, let's start. So your smart devices can control things around your house. That's what home automation is. Some examples would be like turns lights on and off automatically. Maybe it turns on lights when you walk in a room. Maybe it turns on your lights when you come home. Maybe it dims the lights at night. It's able to automatically control lights. You don't have to do anything. You could also tell your device, please turn down the lights. You could change the temperature of your furnace through the internet. You could control it through your smartphone. You can set up routines. I think these are cool. So when I say, and I'm not going to say it because it'll actually happen on my device, but if I say my keyword and then I say good night, it will actually put my cell phone on silent mode and turn on lights on the garage. If I say good morning, it actually takes my phone off silent mode. It could start my coffee. I don't have that connected. I have a normal French press for that. And then it can turn all the lights on wherever you want and play a Pandora radio station. You can even have it send an email. You could have it send a text message. It could do pretty much anything that a computer can control. You could also have it send you an email whenever your camera detects motion, anything like that. This is the examples of home automation. And I promise I will hurry up. So some people are concerned about the privacy aspects with it, and I think that's definitely something we need to pay attention to. I don't necessarily agree with all the privacy statements and agreements that we have to make, and so one way to keep all the information local is by using a program called Home Assistant, and I will make a video on that, but you run it through a Raspberry Pi. I believe, well, you might be able to do it through a computer as well, and then you can keep your data local. But it does make it a little bit more complicated to set up. So for those of you that are more power users, you like programming computers, you like doing that, Home Assistant's awesome. You could use it if you're not a power user as well. But a really good way of setting things up, if you have no idea, you hardly even know how to turn on a computer. Easiest way to get started is by already configured smart devices. So you would search smart and then whatever you're looking for. I'll give examples in just a minute. And look for Google Assistant or Home or Alexa compatible. And now my Alexa's listening to me. You might hear it talk back. Alexa compatible devices. All right, so you didn't understand. All right, so the only downside to this can be cost. Sometimes these pre-configured devices cost a little bit extra, but as my wife would say, that extra money is worth it if your husband or whoever's setting it up doesn't have to sit there fixing it every once in a while. So they're sort of they work really, really well. You don't have to really, once you set them up, they work. All right. Some types of devices that can be integrated. I have lights. There are lights where you could control the brightness and color. You could say, turn the kitchen lights blue and they change to blue, or turn off all the lights in the entire house. And if you had smart light bulbs in every single light, then it would be able to turn it off. It's pretty cool. You can have speakers. Right? You probably already have that. Maybe it's built into your phone already, but you could have a Google Home or an Alexa or something like that, and it's going to listen to me again probably. There are locks where you can control through your cell phone. You could even say through a website called IFTTT, which I'll talk about in a minute. You could say, when my GPS on my cell phone says I'm home, automatically unlock all my doors. You could do that. All right, it gets a little more complicated, but it's definitely doable. There are thermostats that can control the temperature. Maybe you go on vacation, you're out of town. Oops, I forgot to turn my thermostat off, or I need to turn the air conditioning on so the house is cool when I get home, and I didn't think about it. You can control it through your devices. There are garage door openers and plugs. You can say you have a lamp and you don't want to spend the money on a smart light bulb. You could have a smart plug that's controlled by your devices. You could have smart TVs. If you don't have a smart TV, you can take a normal TV as long as there's an HDMI input, and you could use something like a Chromecast or a Fire Stick and make it basically a smart TV. And then your devices can send information to it, whether it be music or video. Pretty cool. Cameras integrated into it. You could have the cameras watching for motion, and anytime there's motion detected, it starts recording and emails you a video. Maybe saves it on a hard drive at your house. These are cool water valves. So maybe you want to be able to control how often your garden is watered. You could even put a humidity sensor in the garden and say, hey, if the humidity gets below this amount, please turn on the water until the humidity is at a level that I'm happy with. You wouldn't even have to touch your hose again. There are clothing washers and dryers. They'll text you or email you when they're done. You can see information about your loads. There are light switches. So instead of having, a plug, you could have the light switch controlled, which could be pretty cool. You can integrate a lot of email and texting and giving information. You can have it post on Twitter anytime someone turns on a light in your house or whatever you want to do. I'll talk about that more in a little bit. Refrigerators, there are smart refrigerators and ovens, doorbells with cameras. I've even seen where the cameras can, when they see motion in the doorbells, it'll record it, it'll send it to you, and then you can actually, if there's like an intruder alert in your neighborhood, someone stealing packages or something, that video is then shared with everyone so you can identify that person. Lots more devices coming out every day. So let's move forward. I love IFTTT.com. It is a way of automating a lot of things. For instance, every time I post a video on YouTube, it's automatically posted on my Facebook page by using IFTTT. I also programmed my Google Assistant when I ask it a certain question or I say something, it will turn on the lights in my garage, or I can make funny things. I could have the Google Assistant respond however I wanted to. Maybe I could say, who's the coolest STEM teacher in the world? And it would say, you, Mr. Duda, of course. And then it can send a text message to my wife or something. You can make ridiculous, fun things with it. Lots of cool things. I'll make a video on IFTTT separately because it's a really cool resource and it's free. The last one, if you don't find devices that you like, you really want to automate things really in a way that you don't see being sold, you can buy a Raspberry Pi and you can build pretty much anything connecting any sensor that you want and make some really, really cool things. And I will make a video on that. So that is my sort of overall home automation introduction. I hope it gives you some ideas, and please follow up and check out my other videos that'll give you a little bit more specifics. Thanks for checking out STEM with Mr. Duda. Please like this video and subscribe. You can also set the bell to notify you when I make new videos. That really motivates me to continue posting these things online and gets you content that you're interested in. A lot of times I will link a playlist. Maybe one just showed up here. I might also link a video. It might show up right about here. And sometimes YouTube decides what video is best for you, but sometimes I assign one. So thank you so much for checking me out, and have a great day, everybody.